Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you once again for joining me on Talk and Fight as I discuss the news and headlines from around the world. Starting off today in Moscow, courtesy of our friends over at Boxing 247, we see that the opening ceremonies at the 58 World Military Boxing Championships were held at the Patriot Exhibition and Convention Center in Moscow this past weekend, with a total of 231 boxers from 36 countries in 10 weight categories for men and 5 for women, performing at the Moscow tournament, where there'll be 216 fights conducted. As I said, the 58th World Boxing Championships was launched by a speech of Deputy Minister of Defense of the Russian Federation, General of the Army Nikolai Pankov, who read out the welcoming address of the Minister of Defense of Russian Federation, Hero of Russia, General of the Army Sergei Shoigu. You can see that entire story and his speech on the Boxing 247 website. Elsewhere around the world, we see that we have a fight lined up in Indonesia. Since turning professional in the spring of 2018, Malaysian Adlai Golden Boy Hafiz, who's 8-0 with 4 knockouts, has already captured 2 world titles in only 8 bouts. In March of 2019, he showed mettle by coming off the floor by stopping Bam Bang Ruzlad in 5 rounds to win a WBC regional title. And 7 months on, he won a WBA ditto when he got rid of Ramadan, where are you, in the 4th. On October 2nd, in Bekasi City, Indonesia, he will attempt to add the vacant Universal Boxing Organization Intercontinental Middleweight title to his collection when he faces local man Robert Kopa. Kopa is a former Indonesian national and WBO regional champion who brings a record of 14-9-3 with 4 knockouts to the fight. And we see this as a big opportunity to resurrect his career. The bout will serve as a co-feature to the clash between Indonesian rivals Patrick Lukoto and George Lomeli, who square off for the the UBO World Bantamweight title. Elsewhere around the world, news from South Korea. Hyun-Mi Choi demonstrated why she is one of the most outstanding champions of the World Boxing Association, who made the 9th defense of her super featherweight crown this Saturday with a 9-round technical knockout against Brazilian Simone da Silva. The champion returned to her native country after having fought in the United States in her last bout and left a great impression in front of her people. Seoul was dressed up to welcome the champion, who gave another dominant performance and forced the referee to stop the fight in the 9th when the South American was taking too much punishment. Elsewhere around the world, across the pond, speaking of ponds, at the Ponds Forge Arena in Sheffield, Tommy Frank took on Matt Windle. Wow, this was a fight that British boxing fans was looking forward to, and it didn't disappoint. Take a bow, Tommy Frank and Matt Windle. The little big man treated a vociferous crowd at the packed Ponds Forge Arena in Sheffield to a 12-round war that saw local man Frank become the first fighter from the Steel City to win the British flyweight crown. A distance fight didn't look on the cards after Matt was down on his haunches in round 2 from a solid right hand, but the Birmingham man showed the mettle he's known for, got back up and bounced back. Both men had success in a seesaw contest, but Windle appeared just too small to dent Super Tommy, who ran out a unanimous winner on all 3 judges' cards. Congratulations. Over in Dubai, we spoke about this yesterday and last week, where the Mountain was going against Devin Laurent. And we saw the Mountain win in the first round. Very quick decision, but also on that card, we saw other people fighting as well, including Jacob Hepner, who defeated Josh Bridges on points after 6 rounds. We saw Anthony Debrugen defeat Georgi Kashakaljanechki on points after 8 rounds. Elsewhere, we saw Steffi Cohn draw against Marcela Nieto on points after 4 rounds. And most importantly, Avril Mathy defeated Jessica Mafinga on points after 6 rounds. Mathy continues to go from strength to strength in her career as she earned another impressive victory by defeating previously unbeaten Jessica Mafinga. Matthew, who's now 7-0-1 with 3 knockouts, was in control throughout the majority of the fight, but Mafeninga, 2-1-1, managed to last the distance with the bout going all 6 rounds. There was only one winner, though, with Matthew deservedly getting her arm raised to come out on top on points, extending her unbeaten record and inflicting the first defeat of Mafeninga's career. In other news, a good friend of Tim Witherspoon's, Kash Ali, defeated Roman Gorst. Rotherham's Kash Ali made a successful first defense of his International Boxing Federation European heavyweight title fight with a retirement win over Germany's Roman Gorst. Gorst with 7-1 with 6 knockouts before the bout, but didn't get much chance to land anything significant on the big Kash's chin. Ali, who is now 20-1 with 11 knockouts, never looked in danger, controlled the action, and landed an uppercut in the 7th that broke the German visitor's jaw, forcing a corner retirement. Kash will now look forward to a step up next as he continues to cement himself in the European and world rankings. Elsewhere in the UK, 4-0 Max Mudway defeated Jordan Grunnen. Out of Swindon, Wiltshire, England, a sold-out show. Welcome back boxing to the Southwest. Promoter Mark Nielsen hailed Nielsen Boxing's Fight Town show a success after seeing boxing return to the Southwest. Fighters from across the region featured in a show which saw a sellout crowd come out to Mecca in Swindon. Stroud's Max Mudway topped the bill in Wiltshire as he secured his 5th win as a professional to remain unbeaten after beating Jordan Grunnen 60-54 following their 6-round contest. Now, over in California, in Bakersfield, we see the bantamweight prospect Angel Barrientos, who's 6-1 with 4 knockouts, cruised to a unanimous decision over Victor Torres, who's now 7-9-1 with 5 knockouts after 6 rounds of action. It was a 3rd straight win for the 19-year-old Barrientos, who kept up an impressive pace throughout the bout, using his length to fight off the jab effectively. Barrientos was able to land numerous power shots and control the fight, including eye-popping blows in rounds 2 and 4 that sent Torres and the mouthpiece flying. Barrientos continued to increase the pressure as the fight went on, landing a fight-high 26 punches in the 6th round. After the conclusion of that 6th frame, all 3 judges saw the bout in favor of Barrientos by the score of 60-54. Elsewhere across the country in Pennsylvania, out of the 23rd Arena in Philadelphia, former 2-time world champion challenger Jesse Hart made a triumphant return to Philadelphia by pounding out an 8-round unanimous decision over Mike Guy at a crowded 2300 arena. The show was promoted by RDR Promotions, and Hart, who was fighting for the first time in 20 months, controlled the action and landed the harder punches throughout the contest. Guy was sturdy, but landed very few punches. Guy showed a good chin as he ate some nice uppercuts from the taller Hart. Hart, 169.5 pounds of Philadelphia, won by scores of 80-72, 79-72 twice, and is now 27-3. Guy, who's a 71-pounder out of Sacramento, California, is now 12-7-1. For the final story of the day, let me bring you some juicy quotes from Prince Ranch Boxing's undefeated welterweight Blair the Flair Cobbs, who's 14-0-1 with 9 knockouts, and who wants to give the fans a big fight and is targeting now Adrian Broner, who's 34-4-1 with 24 knockouts, and Connor Benn, who's 19-0 with 12 knockouts, as fighters he wishes to face next. He says, "It is time that I give the fans what they want, a great show. And I want to challenge either Adrian Broner or Connor Benn for my next fight," said Cobbs. "I know I will stop Broner and I will beat Benn easily. The big question is, will either of them fight me?" Cobbs' manager, Greg Hanley, said, "Blair is a fan favorite and we'd love to make a fight with another fighter that gets the fans excited, and Broner as well as Benn fit that bill. He is ready for any level of competition, and we are willing to put Blair in with any one of them at any time." Cobbs last fought decorated amateur Brad Solomon, whom he stopped in the 5th round in a performance that had fight fans in El Paso, Texas, on their feet. Cobbs now wants to take the division by storm. Quote, "I want to show my fans my true skills, and to do that, I need an opponent to bring it out of me. I think both of these fights make sense and are realistic, and I have no issue signing a contract to fight. In fact, it is very easy. I beat Ferdinand Caboyan in the backyard, and I can do that in another fight as well, or we can fight in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, or honestly anywhere. I just like to fight. And there you have it, boxing fans around the world. Thank you very much for joining me. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow after you hit that notification bell to make sure you know when I'm coming up next.